She's 20 years old, short on horsepower, and she's never won a world championship. So all beauty aside, you might ask yourself the question, is the Ducati 998 a good track bike? Now wait a second, you'll say. When the 998 lost the World Superbike Championship in 2002, that was only by a very narrow margin. And it came in third as well, and fifth, and sixth, and seventh, and eighth. And that's true. On top of that, it was also very successful in national championships, for example, taking first and second in British Superbikes in 2002 in the hands of Steve Hislop and Michael Rutter. So it was indeed very successful in racing. But why is that? It all starts with the handling. It's not super agile by modern standards, but on a faster track such as Hockenheim, you will barely notice that. It does take some input to flick it from one direction to the other, but it will fall into corners very fast and very precisely. Where the 998 really shines is cornering stability. It doesn't like hairpins so much, but in medium to longer bends, it will hold the line like a freight train and give you fabulous front end feedback. Maybe the lack of such feedback is why Carlos Checa couldn't win the World Championship on the 1199. Not that I'm comparing myself to Carlos Checa, of course. I'm much taller than him. The bike's weak spot today? That's the engine. It produces 124 horsepower, and that's just not enough anymore, I'm afraid. The old lady does have an ace up her sleeve though, and that's grunt. I read somewhere, I think in 2015, that a 998S had more mid-range torque than the BMW S1000RR. Let that sink in for a moment. And the power output is silky smooth too, you know, provided that you stay above 3000 revs per minute. What the bike doesn't have at all is advanced electronics. No semi-active suspension, no traction control, no slide control, no wheelie control, nothing really. For me personally, that just makes the 998 more predictable. It does mean, however, that you should get back to the pit lane once your tires start overheating, or raindrops show up on your windscreen. Once the sun comes out, you'll be in the spotlight, because a 998 does get noticed. I remember another guy in the pit lane telling me he always heard me entering the main straight just because of that dry clutch rattle. It must have attracted the attention of the photographer too, because he took some awesome pictures that even my 90s style body position cannot ruin. So, is a Ducati 998 a good track bike? No, it's an amazing track bike. Sure, it's a little short on power and the handling is not super agile anymore, but the extreme riding position, the grunt and the fantastic cornering will make you feel like Troy Bayliss and Ben Bostrom all over. You know, just without the skill, of course. Now what are you waiting for? Get yourself some duct tape and go to the track. Do you have any experience with the 998 on track, or maybe with another member of the 916 family? Tell me in the comments below. If you like this video, leave a like. If you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. Donnie Desmo, out. When the 998 lost the World Superbike Championship in 2002, it was only by a narrow. It produces 124 horsepower, and that is just not enough anymore, and we're keeping... It does mean, however, that you should quickly get back to the pit lane once your tires start overheating or raindrops. Raindrops? Now, do you have any experience with the 998 on track or with any other